Welcome to the first episode of Tailblazers. I'm Aaron, and always with me is Jeff. I hope you enjoy the show today as we dive way too deep into a label on a beer can. Next, we get the answers to some burning questions, and finally, we finish with Jeff talking about his favorite campfire meat. So let's jump on the trail.
I went to Greens again and found me a very unique 4-pack that I thought was pretty cool. It comes with, I think, a younger brother and an older brother combo of hazy East Coast Indian Pale Ales, which I thought was kind of interesting. So anyways, I'm going to let Aaron take a look at this.
In my possession now, 2 beers, side by side on what remains of a 4-pack. It's a Sidetracked by Demons, and it's a hazy West Coast double Indian Pale. Next to it is In the Pursuit of Honor, and it's a hazy East Coast Indian Pale Ale. So we got an East and a West Coast Indian Pale. That's pretty interesting. Just kind of giving you a description of it. It's like a Yeti monster, like monkey thing with horns coming out of his cheek. And that's going to be on the West Coast, Sidetracked by Demons. And then on the East Coast here, on my right, appears to be a dog and I'm sure I guess it's a human being riding a horse with some kind of laser coming out of a stick. Interesting enough, those 2 beers together actually go in the same pitcher, so that laser is bouncing into this necklace on the West Coast. So the actual marking on here is pretty good. As you turn the beer, they actually rotate together, and there's some pieces there that match. So really cool stuff. Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. Did you really?
Yeah, that's why I bought the beer.
So, okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So I guess, what do we start off with first?
I think it's going to have to go with the 7% in the Pursuit of Honor.
All right, so let's dive into the Pursuit of Honor just a tad. I ripped it off and see. We got, like you said, a 7%, 1 pint. Steak Guinness, we're going with the East Coast. And we're in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's different.
It sure is. It sure is.
I'm not sure what that taste is.
It's got a very unique bite at the end that's kind of just sitting there on your tongue for a little bit. At least it is for mine.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. It's not a bad taste, but it's just an interesting taste.
It definitely leaves an aftertaste. I mean, when you first, I took a kind of a big gulp, and when you're first taking it in, it's hazy. I mean, it's just kind of a orangey kind of flavor. I mean, you definitely get that. You ever, zested an orange and, got a little bit on your finger and, ate some of the actual zest? And
the actual orange peel?
Yeah. It's almost like that.
Kind of. I wouldn't say as bitter. It's interesting. As I continue to read this can, it says the hops are Centennial, Cascade, Idaho 7, BRU-1, and Mosaic. And then there's malt blends, or malt. It's River Bend Pilsner, white wheat, flaked wheat, and torrefied wheat. That's a lot of different malts, I would say.
I wonder if that's what, is why it's given it.
I'm sure, because I don't think I've had I can tell you right now, I've never had any of those malts in a beer that I can remember or was labeled on one.
Maybe the white wheat from I think, but not in the other ones.
No, I've definitely had the hops though, but the malts, no, I can't recall. This is, I guess you would call the brewery, it's Dissolver.
Yeah,
I guess it's spelled DSS. I guess that's, O. Alright, sorry, I was looking at the label, the logo label. It's got for the O, upside down pyramid with an eye, and I guess tentacles coming out at the bottom. Ooh. So anyways, it's called Dissolver is what we're going with, and it's spelled DSSOLVR. And like Aaron said, it's brewed in Asheville, North Carolina. It says Dissolver, brewed until surreal. Interesting.
Yeah, it's surreal.
Interesting. It is.
I would say right now for me, this is not one that I would invest in again. Probably. I think I can drink it. It's
sure
definitely
it's
a
not.
cloudy beer.
I can tell you though, when I was in the store at Green's, I was looking for unique designs, and I saw this one, and the main reason why I was like, ooh, that's kind of like, medieval times, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons kind of stuff and whatnot. And I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And then I saw the 4-pack, and it actually had the two with it together, and I thought the designs was really neat. They really thought about it.
What happens if these people are actually from the West Coast and they're trying to taint the East Coast? I thought maybe they were being biased, but I mean, that doesn't, based off where they're kind of brewed.
Well, I mean, Nashville is kind of like California.
Yeah. It's the California of the East.
Well, I wonder if Asheville still has the title for biggest beer city in the U.S.
I don't know, but
because they did take it away from the one in Oregon.
Our buddy, the Grumpy Hiker, he hates Asheville.
Oh, yeah, he sure does.
And you know why? It's because of this kind of beer right here.
Yeah.
East Coast beer. West Coast, East Coast, any kind of IPA, and done.
No, if he can't
Hazy.
If he can't get a Bud Light, he is over.
Mm-hmm.
He is grumpy hiker.
Grumpy Hiker. Yeah, that's good. I'm interested to try the West Coast. So compared to West Coast, they actually have the exact same malts, and they do have the hops are different though. They have Magnum, Columbus, NZ, Cascade. So that's different. The other first two are the same, Sentinel and Cascade. So that is interesting.
And it's 1% higher in alcohol, it's 8%.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they just go out west. Everything's bigger and better, I guess. All right. I'm interested to try
Might
that.
not be better.
It may not be better, but we are going to find out here shortly.
I like that label. That's a unique demon.
It is.
I think it's
again. It's on the West Coast one. I'm really got to.
It's got like cat ears on it, and the horns are crazy. The horns kind of remind me of the label. Their logo that they have with the tentacles, so I guess that's horns coming out from behind the pyramid, because that's what it looks like on the demon's face. Yeah, which is unique. And then it's got its eye on its necklace. Yeah, there's an eye. Sorry, I didn't say, but there is an eye in the middle of that pyramid as well, and the eye is on that demon's necklace. So they ran with the logo. I like that. I like the design.
I'd like to know the artist who did this. Yeah. Like, what was he thinking when he said, "Oh, let me"?
They should put his art. They should put the name of the artist on here. I don't see it unless somebody that works there.
Nah, man. They bought that stuff. They bought the artist to do that, or who knows? There's probably somebody that works there, but still, nonetheless. What was this guy thinking when he drank this beer and he said, "Let me draw what I think this is"? What is the marketing scheme for this?
I don't know if you gotta drink the beer to understand. I think he just maybe went off. It's sidetracked by demons.
Yeah. I mean,
he just went off the name. I think.
Right. I mean, there's something influential about the beer that makes the artwork, though. Yeah. So it could be the name.
Yeah, because I think it's the name. Because I mean, in the pursuit of honor, you got the guy on horseback with his staff that's shooting probably a mystical beam at the demon, and his dog is following behind him. I mean, if that's not honor right there, that your fellow companion as a pup is coming with you to danger, that is well said.
And Jeff's story is very enlightening and talks about man's best friend. But I just wanted to take a little bit more in depth of that picture of that dog. It does not look like the most sweetest dog. It actually looks a little bit almost very skinny, malnourished, and kind of just. It could almost be chasing to eat the horse. Like, it may not. I mean, if you just showed that dog and you take the horse out, it looks like it's about to attack. It looks on the hunt. And granted, it could be hunting what's on the next can, which is the monster. It could also be hunting the horse. It could also be hunting the horse right in front of it. Right. And they may not even be friends. I have questions about the...
I would run with your story just for a little bit, because I think, if you look at the land that they're running on, it's very... I guess apocalyptic
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, you got like meteors or something falling in the background.
That's true.
There's no trees. There are trees in the front, but
they're
there's no
all
leaves.
Yeah.
So I'm sure food is scarce around. But I mean, I mean, maybe the dog is going after the horse, but that could be his best friend that's on the horse. And the best friend might feed him scraps and stuff that he finds, I mean,
going back,
two people working together is always better than one.
Absolutely, and following through what she said, if you actually look at the guy, he doesn't look built. So you think for honor, you're thinking like, to me, if you're saying, hey, this guy's coming on horseback for honor,
Paladin.
Yeah, he's like muscular, got some chainmail, like maybe some armor. This guy looks like he's doesn't even have a shirt on. It's hard to tell because it's black and kind of blacked out shadow.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like he has any kind of armor on it. The dog kind of is almost in the same artistic blend as far as the way the corners and the way the body is and the depth of that character.
For sure.
So they definitely look companion-like, but interesting enough, though, if you do take that apart, that dog actually looks aggressive.
Yeah, it does. I mean, if you take let's go one more step into the dog and the guy and the horse. Their eyes are glowing, white, I would say, but they're glowing. Like, they purposely made their eyes look the same. Are they possessed too?
So even though this is a pursuit of honor, like, is this Yeti monster monkey, is he like brainwashed them in and it's actually sucking them in? Maybe when you put these cans together, he's not attacking. He's actually getting lured in by the necklace.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where they meet, too, like where the two cans meet, it's the Dissolver logo is what it is. And that's where it completes the light that's coming out of the man's staff is going into the demon's necklace where the eye is. So is it,
You know what I just realized? He is on a mountaintop, and this dude's coming out of the bad dude. What I assume the bad guy, the demon, is coming out of like a crevice out of earth, like he's coming out of hell.
Demon.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, but I just realized that's kind of what they've done there. And there are some birds in the back of the
Definitely
left.
Bigger. Yeah, that's on the left of the demon can.
Can only assume those have to be buzzards. They're definitely
crows.
Yeah, because they are pretty ominous. But you know what? You turn that whole can around, right? And you look at the one that we're drinking, which is the East Coast. Everything's just kind of red at the top. All of a sudden, you get to this Yeti monster. I mean, you got some clouds broken in. Like, it's just a good day for the Yeti. I mean, he probably had a sunny day before he came out.
Yeah.
This guy over here, I mean, this is just not good. Now, granted, we don't.
It's going to ruin his day.
Yeah.
So the demon is the west, though. Maybe the sun's setting behind him.
You know what, Jeff? You're onto something. Because
yes.
it is light. That's the sun behind him.
Yeah, because it's east,
west.
He is, and the demon is the west can.
Oh man, this is deep can. This beer might be a little bitter for me, but
this label.
Is probably the most intense label I've ever seen in my life.
I told you that's why I bought it, because I was like, man, that's very interesting. It is extremely interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Like if you put the can, like the East Coast can, into the light, you can see shades of green in there, like where the meteor or whatever is shining or hitting the earth or something. It's
right there at the dog.
Yeah, it's right there at the dog.
Wow.
And it's pretty cool.
Okay,
it's very interesting.
Jeff pointed out, so we're kind of in a darker. Well, I mean, we got all the lights on, but it just so happens on the left side of us, there's sun shining in, and it's actually right on the table. And in a lot of this can, there's actually green, kind of like during this kind of pit that's created from this monster coming out of. Like just this methaneish gas-looking green kind of thing.
I think it's coming from the whatever meteor that's hitting the ground.
Well, it could be, but I mean, you can see it right here. Like it's, and then I don't know. There's some green in the logo now. Mm-hmm. So if you put it right in the sun, you can kind of see it. And actually,
you can see some on that one.
There's actually more green almost on the backside of the demon can. So where he's coming from the west, there's a lot more green behind him. Interesting enough as well. So he is the west again. I'm going back to this theme that they have made the West as more powerful, and they've made it. This may be the better beer of the two. I'm going in